What is up, ladies? Leon Trotsky here, bringing you another Battlefield Backgammon 2 video. And this is another episode in the start of the revolution. If you're not familiar, start a new account, leveling up, probably get to about level 23 or so, and I'm bringing you some exciting gameplay along the way and giving you some of my experience of leveling up through these beginning levels, because it doesn't take very long. Once you know how to play the game, obviously, and you have the skill level of a level 50, going back and playing with the beginning weapons is just a little bit of a test of strength. And obviously here we're using the XM8 compacts. I got the ammo upgrade but not magnum ammo, and the biggest difference without having magnum ammo is you get a lot of stuff like that, where a lot of, trading kills, where had I had magnum ammo I probably would have been more likely to kill the guy. But guys, you clicked on this video, so I hope you're comfortable, because it's a long one we got here for you. You guys said you wanted to see it. About 25 minutes. I hope we're ready for this, guys, because it's going to be fun. We're just going to try and roll through it here. The very beginning of this game, if you're not familiar with this game, actually, it's a Conquest Arca Harbor, and this is actually the game directly after the previous episode, where I jumped in a game late in the previous episode, and I beasted, and I was using probably the Scar L. It was probably my first game with the Scar, and I unlocked the XM8 Compact, and so this is my first game with the XM8 Compact in the very next game. And this guy here, Alfonso, or whatever his freaking name is, we trade kills a lot. There's a few guys like that in this game that I just trade kills with quite a few times. He gets me, I get him I think I get him quite a few more times, so. Enough about that, though. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I'll probably be bringing you a few more games than I had previously anticipated, so that you guys can get the full experience of, certain lobbies that I played on both sides, offensive, defense, that had some exciting gameplay. So definitely looking forward to giving you guys as much gameplay as I can, because I think that's one of the big opinions that I've had. I know I do videos and stuff like that, but I start off watching videos. I like viewing videos. There's sometimes I don't like. There's some stuff I won't watch, like Black Ops videos I cannot watch. Well, take that back. If it's a decent commentary, I can watch it. But I'm putting up a lot of content right now, guys. I'm trying to get a few of these out every week, with some different stuff in between, trying to get every couple days. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I feel that, more Battlefield content the better, because I like watching Battlefield content, and there's definitely quite a few days where, I feel like nobody puts anything up. Maybe it's just because I'm not subscribed to some of the smaller Battlefield YouTubers, but maybe you can send me some links in the description or in comments and stuff like that, and let me know some other guys that are putting up a lot of content. But I'm just trying to get you guys with plenty of Battlefield content out there, because I've noticed that as less people are starting to play this game, obviously, as people are moving on to other games and stuff, and the game's lifespan is definitely dying down, people are definitely putting out less content. So figured I'd still give you guys something, keep it fresh, give you something to watch, keep you entertained, how we do. But let's talk a little bit about Conquest today, guys, because that's something that I don't normally play that much, is Conquest. I'm a very, I love Rush. I don't know where it came from. I think it was, back in the day, I used to play a lot of Modern Warfare 2, and one of my favorite game modes on that, I believe it was called Demolition. You get the two bomb sites, and you switch sides, attacking and defending, and you got to plant both bomb sites and defend them. And then, and to me, Rush was Demolition for Battlefield. And I remember playing a lot of Demolition and seeing this game coming out, and it was like, man, it really looks like something I might be enjoying, and I do, because there's something about the objective gameplay in Rush, about you knowing where the enemies, in general, where the enemy's going to be, where they're going to be coming from. And at the same time, kind of how much trouble you might be getting yourself into by how far away from your team you're rushing forward, when you're attacking. If you're all the way up in their base and nobody else on your team's around them, and you're right near the bomb sites, you're going to be expecting a lot more enemies, whereas if you're in the back of the base, with a 12-times scope, there shouldn't be too many enemies running around you. So it is a way to kind of control the engagements that you're encountering. And that's one of the problems that I have with Squad Deathmatch, for example, is that when I do play Squad Deathmatch, I feel like everybody's just running around in circles, either that or just camping in a single building and waiting for somebody to run out in the open. There's very little strategy involved in. As much as I like killing people with my gun, which, is the point of Squad Deathmatch, it can be very boring and frustrating when people are just either running around or not moving at all, just trying to kill. It's just stupid There's no tactics, actually. It's just, do I see somebody and try and shoot him? And it just gets boring to me. But Conquest, I feel, is a great middle ground. It has that deathmatch feel where kills count, which is very important compared to like a Call of Duty domination, where kills do count in Conquest. And so it's very important that you can't just go running like a madman trying to cap points, because, although holding most of the flags is very important, you gotta pay attention to how many kills you get. And here, I believe today my KD was probably, it was a little bit closer to my average. I think with this new account I average about 1.5, and that's, you know, including good and bad games. I think in this game I'm about 1.8 KD, 31 and something, 31 and 17, 31 and 15, something like that. So it was a decent game. It's just one of those games. I'm a very aggressive player, so I move around a lot. I like to cap points. I like to be, you know, leading my team. And today we are playing, and you can see got a few DRM guys in my squad, but we like to get ride dirty, I guess you'd call it, and we got a few other guys. I believe we probably have a party of about 7 in this game, 7 or 8. And so when you do run parties like that, it creates a little different advantage that you have over the enemy team, in that when you have an aggressive player such as myself, and you know, imagine if I was playing with a recon kit, as soon as I'm able to call out, not necessarily spot, but just call out the building that somebody's in, you know, they're in high side Bravo building, low side Alpha building, something like that. That's allowing 7, possibly 8 other people on my team to know where an enemy is, and it usually is a big advantage to us. So we do win this game handily, and that should be expected when you have, you know, 7 to 8 people in a party together. But it's not so much just about the winning. This game actually, this team that we played against actually put up a pretty decent fight. In the last game, they did have that automated trash guy who was a level 50 with one of the most amount of time played in the entire game for Xbox 360. And he's not in this game anymore. He backed out, but they do have some other level 50s who I assumed were playing with him previously. And they still know how to flank and, you know, cap objectives. You see here me trying to teabag somebody. They're trying to run up on me on my Sega. You know, I don't know if you guys watched the last episode, but there's still the same guy, level 2, running around with the Sega. He gets me again somewhere, and he tries to teabag me back for killing me. No, I think he got me with the USAS there, so it's just frustrating stuff. But a little bit about, first of all, my own personal tactics with using this class. I'm running the Engineer kit, guys, and you see here I got the XMA Compact, obviously, with the ammo upgrade and the RPG. And you'll see me firing the RPG at infantry a lot, and you know, if I was on the D-Crew server, I'd be kicked out immediately because I'm a jerk firing the RPG or something. But the reason that I'm using it and the way that I am using it in is more of like a spotting scope. It's kind of like a long-range weapon for me. Is that I have this XM8 Compact, which is great at short range, but it does lack certain distance capabilities that it just doesn't do the job sometimes. So you'll see me occasionally shoot RPG at somebody that's a little bit over distance and then try and finish them off with the XM8 Compact. And I think that's a really good strategy, especially when you're not running Magnum ammo, to use the RPG as kind of your, you know, ranged weapon, so that you can pick people off and keep people paranoid that are camping in buildings or, you know, camping on rooftops or just pretty good distance away from you. You start shooting RPGs at them, even if you just get in a hit markers, they're going to get a little paranoid, they're going to move around, and they're just going to get a little uncomfortable. So just a little note to yourself. That's my little thought about why you see me shooting so much RPGs. And sometimes, honestly, you'll see me pull out the RPG. I don't know if I do it too much in this game, but you'll see me pull out the, you know, the RPG or Gustav or whatever it is. You'll see me and just use the scope, just the scope to try and spot people and see where enemies are at, especially if they're over a longer distance. And I had like a gun like the 9891 or the Hump. I could actually sometimes, you know, counter snipe a sniper with a submachine gun if I can spot them first with the scope from the light machine gun or not light machine gun, obviously, but the RPG. And oh god, just running on people. Love that hip fire with the SMG. But let's see. One of the things I did want to talk about was supposed to be Conquest tactics, guys. I know I'm just kind of rambling on. That's how I do my commentaries. Is my first take. We just kind of roll with it. But big thing on Conquest tactics, guys, is auditory signals, and they've made it very important. You know, paying attention to auditory signals is how the flag's capping, how fast it's capping, if it's capping or not. And another thing that I don't see enough people pay attention to, and this is very important in this gameplay here, because this team, they seem to kind of get to a flag and then find a building near the flag on the, you know, flag capping area and stay there. That was the general strategy that they seem to try and employ a lot. And so, as an enemy, coming across people that are doing that and staying on the flags rather than just, you know, capping and then moving away like a lot of people seem to do, you really need to pay attention to whether or not you actually cap the flag back. because, well, before I get too much into that, this is something I would not recommend normally doing, but if you do, be very observant with this UAV. We don't even have Bravo capped. I get on this UAV because there's some sniper over here driving me crazy, and I pick him off, and then you see, you gotta keep the UAV kind of close to where you are, because look at this guy, he's trying to rush me. He's like, oh, I hear the UAV up, I'm gonna get a free knife. No, you're not, buddy. No, you're not. You just got outplayed, mister. You just got outplayed, so... But like I was saying, guys, Conquest Tactics, paying attention to the auditory signals that the flags give you, and not just auditory signals of, who's capping, whether or not it's capping, but also paying attention to whether or not you get any points for defending or recapping a base back. Because my assumption in general, and you'll see this happen quite a few times, I think it happened earlier, is when you get in there and say, you can cap a flag all the way back to where you get the, the flag capping sound where it makes the final noise and the flag is all the way up. But if you don't get the 75 or 150 points for the flag cap, it generally means that there's an enemy still around in that flag area. So although you had more, you guys can try and correct me on this. I may be totally mistaken, but if you have more of your team around a flag, you're going to have more presence on the flag, and it'll cap the flag. Whether it will be slower, but it will still cap the flag. However, if the enemy is still around that flag and your entire team moves away from that flag, they start capping the flag right back. And so that did happen to me 1 or 2 times in this game. So you really have to pay attention to whether or not you get those points for those flag caps. And sometimes, somebody else on your team will pick up the points, and it's just a simple question of asking them. And I'm not exactly sure how those points work, but it's a very important little tool that can really help out a lot. So here you see me just, they got back on their alpha. The alpha is their original flag, their home base flag, and you just see me try and move around and just get a good spot to kind of hold down their flag. And I'm still capping it back, but at the same time, I'm trying to kill anybody I can. So that's my general rule of Conquest, is cap those flags and kill as many people as you can. So great overall strategy. But those little tips of auditory signals and paying attention to when the flag is being capped and whether or not you actually get the flag cap is very important. So, I've showed you guys the scoreboard quite a few times through this game, and at the end of this game, I just started beasting on these guys, and I don't know what it was, but I just got in this position, and it was a pretty close game. A little bit ago, we were probably only up by, 20 to 40 points, and we just start itching away, and we, finally get them triple capped here. And once you get a team triple capped, this team did do a great job of trying to get out of their spawn. Like you see here, they already started capping our home flag. Like, they don't just try and go back and push alpha right away. They try and go back and take the other flag. And so, get Alfonso here, our good old buddy, hiding in the freaking garage. And you see there, I got the flag defense for 30. That means I killed somebody around the flag. And now I'm not being able to fully capture the flag back. So you really just got to listen to those signals and knowing when the flag is fully capped back. And you'll see occasionally here, I don't think I get one here, but you'll see it. You guys know the points, 150 points. If you don't get that, pay attention. There's somebody hiding, and you just got to find them creeping around there. So you see me do this a lot, just run in circles around flags, trying to find somebody. And it probably would be the best bet to run a recon ball in Conquest games like this, because, you really want to know specifically where an enemy is. Like, he's at the alpha, you may know he's at the alpha flag, you may know they're at the Bravo flag, but specifics, knowing exactly where the enemy is once you get to that alpha or Bravo flag, is very important. So having at least one recon player in your squad, and a very active, aggressive recon player, is very important and very helpful in a Conquest game. And, the only reason that I'm not doing that, because I'm a very heavy recon player. I love recon. It's probably my favorite kit. It was probably the first kit that I fully unlocked on this new account. And I play aggressively. You guys probably know this. But the reason I'm unlocking the engineer kit first is for the AT4 and anti-tank mines. I feel they're just very useful and very important to use on defense. So that it just, I don't need the recon kit unlocked first, and I just felt that it would help me out a lot. So that's that basic stuff out of the way. Here we get the, if you guys have played with me before, I don't know what it is, but sometimes we just get the party screwed up system, and so you guys can watch everybody join and exit the party here, and I don't know exactly what was going on. And I think there was actually a few people in this game that weren't in our party. I believe OJ, and we had somebody else, Colin B. Ballin, and there might have been even some other guy that was playing with us but not in our party, because our party might have been full. Like, I think we had 9 people maybe we were playing with. I think that might have been this night, so let me know if you guys, that's always fun when you get the big parties together. I know you guys enjoy that, and that's one of the things that we're going to be doing in the next few games that I'm going to be bringing to you, because I don't know if you guys know this. We play a lot. I personally play a lot late nights Pacific Standard Time, and so I see some of you guys on. There's some people I just don't run into because they play different times than me, you know. And sometimes I'll see the end of my night. I'll see some of the European guys starting to get on early in the morning. I'm telling them I'm going to sleep at 4 in the morning. It's like, you know, 12 in the afternoon there, but. One of the very important things that I've noticed about playing late at night is keeping lobbies full. And just from playing on this new account, it's been great. Not as many people are backing out. I don't know what it is, but people don't back out when they don't see as many level 50s in the game, or when they don't see everybody running the DRM clan tag. But big tips that I've found about keeping lobbies full is, I mean, we've started, you know, doing stuff where we'll split up and, you know, go on the enemy team for a little bit till they even out and stuff, you know, till the teams even out so that we can play even games. And some of the games coming up are Conquest games where I believe we had 8 people in a party and we got 4 on one team, 4 on another, and we went to town on each other. And it was very competitive and very exciting to play. So I hope you guys will enjoy those, to stay tuned. So definitely check that out. And some of you guys will see your names playing and popping up and getting higher on the leaderboard than me. I know. How does it happen? And another thing that I've noticed late at night playing, sometimes it can be very difficult. I mean, even, you know, you just got 4 people in a party, you squad up and you try and find a game together. All the time, it throws me in empty games. I don't know what it is. It is very frustrating when you get put in a game that's only, you know, 6 on 6 or 8 on 8. And I think it has something to do with joining with a full squad. I'm not exactly sure. So what, you know, if you play with me, you probably know this already, but something that I've found that helps me find a lot of full games is sometimes just joining a game by myself, and then having the rest of the party, like, I'll be partied up, join a game by myself, have the rest of the party join in on session. Sometimes it doesn't work perfectly, you know, you'll get put in a completely full game, but it's better than, you know, you're in an empty game, you join in another game. I'm going to play a full game anytime, and we'll get the rest of the party in there eventually. I've noticed little tips I'm going to throw out there. You guys may know this already. The late night games, you know, when the lobbies seem to be emptying out, I find the full games on Valparaiso all the time. Valparaiso, you can kill me for my pronunciation. It seems to have a lot of full games. I would definitely recommend playing that a lot. And the other one is probably Cold War. Cold War seems to keep a lot of full games, and so you'll probably see quite a few of those maps in this series, because that's what I do end up playing a lot, just because they're full games on those games. And, you know, I will play a full game, like, even if it's a hard map, even if we're getting our ass handed to us, I don't like to back out if it's a full game, because, you know, unlike the rest of, you know, the PCs and all those good guys, it's very difficult sometimes on the Xbox 360, especially at late at night, at the times that I normally play. And I play a lot during the week, too. So, obviously on the weekend, it's a lot easier to find fuller games, but during the week sometimes, and you just keep running into a lot of the same people. I've had nights where I would just run into the same guy. Like, there was nights I've played a lot of squad deathmatch for probably a few weeks in a row, and I literally kept seeing the same person. And there's certain guys that I will see on Valparaiso, and I play against them almost every night. There's one guy I swear I'm not on his friends list. What's his name? He's not that great of a player. He's not like a level 50 or anything. His name is like Panzer, NEC or something like that. And I just recognize his name because I always play against him all the time. There's other players like that. I see like a Wacky Cactus. I see him a lot. That was one of the first gold tags I have. But those are the maps I play a lot. So, you know, those are just little tips that I have that having, you know, helped me still enjoy this game a year and a half later and stuff like that. And just little things that make it a little bit more streamlined for me to continue enjoying. So, you know, this game's starting to slow down a little bit, as you can see on the scoreboard. We're starting to let it get away from us a little bit. 186-64, not the closest game in the world, but, you know, it happens. It happens. It was close. It was close for a little bit. You know, we were pretty close when we were about 200 tickets. But you get that triple cap in, and then you start holding them down for, you know, just, you know, 5 minutes or so, and they're going to be down so far that they can't come back. And that's probably what happened to us in the previous game. When I joined late, it was probably something around this ticket count, and I came back to almost tie the game. So, you know, it can happen, but I don't know. That's one of the other reasons that I do like Rush a lot more than Conquest. I know there's a lot of people that just only play Conquest, and I only play Rush primarily. And the biggest thing is that I feel that the Rush servers and Rush lobbies and games, I feel that they last a lot longer. And that even, you know, if a team gets completely spawn trapped or completely raped, either the game's going to be over relatively quick, or there's an opportunity to get out of it. You know, if you're attacking and you're held down like a beast on defense, and and you just can't get out of the base, and it's just held down, you know, there's so many different ways you could sit back in the base and give up and just snipe people. You know, you could keep attacking, rush like crazy, and then eventually the game will be over faster. But in Conquest, if you get somebody triple capped and the teams aren't balanced, it is the most boring spawn camp in the world. It just to find an exciting Conquest game and to find a competitive exciting Conquest game is very difficult and is few and far between compared to competitive rush games. And I think that's my biggest complaint about Conquest in general is just the lack of I mean, there's many games that aren't balanced. Like, you'll get into rush games, that could be 10 on 8, 12 on 10, couple people off, and it's not going to completely kill the game. Yes, the team with more people is probably going to win. But on Conquest, if you have one or two people less, or you're playing against a bunch of level 50s or something, it just turns into a horrible spawn camp, and it's unplayable. Especially if you're on the receiving end of it. It's just, okay, we got triple capped. Okay, so the only real thing that you can try and do to get out is to run all the way around the enemy team and try and cap their home flag and then work your way back. That's the best strategy I can come up with to get out of a spawn trap on Conquest. But on Rush, there's just so many opportunities to get out. So let me know what your thought on that. If you guys are Rush players, if you're Conquest players, what you guys enjoy more. I finally get that bronze star with the XMA compact. Single one game, get that bronze star over 25 kills. That's always nice. But like I was saying, guys, there's just something about Conquest that it is fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy playing Conquest. It is very fun when you have a competitive game. But those games are few and far between, and they just so easily turn into something that is this. But, even this game, for example, it isn't the most highly competitive. It was exciting. I got a ton of kills. I had a few more deaths than I would have liked, and I had to run around. I was very aggressive. I had to move a lot. But in general, this game is like, look at the final scores, like over 100 to 0, and to me that's not close. And you'll see in some of the games that I'm going to be posting up soon, especially some of the Conquest with subscriber games. I think they were all on Laguna Preza. Let me know if you guys remember those games. They were pretty fun, but they were close games. There was one game within like 15 tickets, one game within 30 tickets, and that is exciting to me when they're switching leads and stuff like that, going back and forth. You got to bust out the medic kit on Conquest to make a difference. That's an exciting game to me, so I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know if you guys are only Conquest players and why, if you are. Obviously, you've heard my thoughts on Rush. Rush, it's just, where they're coming from. It's a little bit... Conquest is just a combination of objective play with some deathmatch. Rush is just objective. If you get it, kills and death don't matter, and that's what I enjoy because, frankly, to me, that's my opinion about this game. Like, I like playing an objective where my KD really doesn't matter because I like being aggressive. And don't get me wrong, I love those 10 kill streaks where you're just destroying people left and right. But I would rather get in, plant the bomb, and do a simple, little C4 bomb plan, blow somebody up that's trying to defuse it and get the bomb blown up, than to, get a 5 kill streak in squad deathmatch, just turning on people at random. And this guy's not an observant UAV user, but... So let me know what you guys enjoy more, what you guys enjoy watching more. Obviously, close Conquest games you can always enjoy, but stay tuned for more, you guys. I got a single game montage that I'll be putting up shortly. Hope you guys enjoy that. Also, check out my blog. I'm going to post up a few new blogs on Don't Revive Me Bro, talking about, this whole leveling up, about level 50s, about some other stuff. So I hope you guys check that out soon. I believe, like I said earlier, final score in this game, I didn't even get the ace pin. I didn't even come at the top of the league. 31 and 17. Pretty standard stuff. 1.82 KD, over 25 kills with the XMA compact. I like getting the bronze star with your first game with a weapon. That's always nice. But let's see. I'll show you the final score. I got a nemesis pin on this. Nice. So somebody else on the other team got the ace pin and second. Oh man. So I did all right though. Up at the top of the leaderboard is always nice for me. And check out all those names you probably recognize, guys. Leon Trotsky. Till next time, guys. Keep it real. You know how we do. Play Battlefield.